Hello there. So, happy anniversary, Thomas the Tank Engine. So, if you don't know, today is the 80th anniversary of Thomas the Tank Engine. So, I just wanted to do a little video talking about the blue puffball who ended up consuming my entire fucking life. There's not really a script for this video. I just want to talk, honestly. I just wanted to do a video for the sake of doing a video. So, I started watching Thomas when I'd say actually, there's some photos of me the year I was born with Thomas t-shirts, so maybe it was actually just the year I was born, not sure. But when I was 0, apparently, is when I started watching Thomas. I don't have many memories back then because, I was a fucking infant. But, my first Thomas memory was watching some random Nitrogen Era episode, and yes, I grew up the Nitrogen Era. I still don't like it. I'm not nostalgic for it, don't get me wrong. I have nothing to do with it. I'm not guilty of it. He's guilty. There's no one behind me, isn't there? Nah! But I remember this one. I don't know the name of the episode. I probably should have looked it up beforehand, but it's one where Thomas takes, Hero. Hero's one of my favourite characters, by the way. Hero's fucking sick. Shout Japan, I've been there. Freaking awesome. But he, takes him to, Missy Island or some shit because he wants to make Hero happy or something. I don't really care. So that's, my first Thomas memory. And I've also grown up with the Thomas Wooden Railway line. From what my mum has told me, my first Wooden Railway toys were a Thomas, a Gordon, and an Edward. I don't remember this. First one I remember having is a Magic Railroad Diesel 10 from the year 2000. So about that, there was a little, drain, a rain drain, which would get the water off the roof at a house. And there was a little hole at the bottom, so I'd just throw random shit down there. And on one rainy day, I took my Diesel 10 outside and dropped it down there. I've never seen that Diesel 10 since, and I really wish I have it. I've got a new Diesel 10 since. You could barely see it because it's very blurry, but in the background there, that little bit of yellow on my Thomas shelf there, that's my new Diesel 10. But yeah, sadly my first one's lost to time, and there's a bunch of it's really deep water under the ground where my house is. And, all, the different water and stuff, connects. And it's yeah, that Diesel 10's lost. Never to be seen again. He's fucking gone. Plus, if I did found now, he would 100% just have all the paint and scraping off. Just be random shit, chunks of dirt. It would just, yeah. R.I.P. Diesel 10. Another core memory I have is, so those little, kiddie rides at shopping centres, or if you're American, a mall. Speaking of America, that got me thinking about other countries. So I know I'm a bit late to the party making an 80th anniversary video, but I don't give a fuck. I've just been celebrating it today because I'm from Australia, so technically it was yesterday, but, thing is about that is there's nothing really to do yesterday, all the exciting stuff came out last night, so I celebrate today. Yeah, that's what I have to say, but, if you're in America, you call it a mall instead of a shopping centre. The shopping centre's right, by the way. It's right. There's gonna be some fucking nerd. I know no one's gonna watch this video, but there's But if anybody does, there's gonna be some fucking nerd in the comments being like,
Actually, I'm American, and your terminology is right. You wouldn't know because you're fucking upside down. Even though Australian's sideways, it doesn't even make any fucking sense.
sorry, I got some trauma. But yeah, basically those little machine things that you'd write in the shopping centre and you put like the coin in. I saw a Thomas one and stuff in Ireland, because I was in Ireland recently. And it's like, in Australia we don't actually have any that I've seen, but we do have a rip-off. Instead of Thomas the Tank Engine, it's Jasper. And Jasper's an E2 like Thomas as well. He's also an E2. But he's like yellow and he has like patches on the side of him. And he also has a moustache. He's just Thomas's got an uncle. And I was reminded, and I rode with it when I was little, I was reminded of it because in the Train Boy video, he showed it for shits and giggles. And ever since it became my life goal to see that Jasper again. So I went back to the same shopping centre. He wasn't in the same spot, sadly. But a couple months later, I go back to that shopping centre again. He's there. And it was also the day that I went to Japan, like a couple hours before I go to the airport. I took a picture. I can't be bothered going and grabbing my phone. Because honestly, who knows where it is? It's probably in the Shadow Realm somewhere. With Sandal. Yeah. But back on the topic of Thomas and the 80th. Something I think special about Thomas is that it has a different meaning for everybody. And I think that's what makes it so influential and great, you know? It's what makes it cool, you know? It's what makes it what it is. For me, the meaning of Thomas is warm and coziness, because I have very nostalgic memories of just watching like Thomas DVDs and stuff and like watching on TV. Also, I need your help. One time I was in my family's caravan, right? We had one of those TVs where when it had a DVD slot on the side, put it in and it plays the DVD. So we had like a classic series, one of those. It was also like one of my first exposures to the classic series. But I cannot find this DVD for the life of me. I'll list off some episodes which it had, and if there's any like Thomas DVD professional watching, could you tell me what DVD it is? Because like I really want to know so I can rewatch it. I remember the last episode was Rusty and the Boulder. I had some season 2 episodes. I had some season 3, some season 4. I used to remember what the other episodes were, but now I only remember Rusty and the Boulder being there. What else? There was what was it called? It's the one where Thomas. It's like they wanted to adapt a Skarloey story, but they didn't have the props of the Skarloey engines in the show. It was in season 3. It was like when like Thomas crashes into the raft and goes across the river. You know that one. Well, I always forget what that episode's fucking called. But that episode, that right there is, I remember that being on it. Can someone please, if there's any DVD professionals watching this video, which I think is pretty unlikely, no one watches my videos. It might just be because I have the editing skills of a toddler. That's the only reason I'm not editing this video, because I cannot be bothered. Or is either to pump it out before the 80th ends, and it's like, no, I'd just rather like record me jabbering on, just talking my ass off for 9 minutes, then editing a video. And I just realised, oh my god, it actually is 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes now. So I'll wrap it up soon. But I found the fandom in 2020. So basically, I had a dark period with Thomas when I started to get a little more critical of the content that I was watching. You know, like I could tell the sign. Well, I didn't really know what made a show bad or a movie good. You know, but I could tell something was off because Blubber had come out. And I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" You know. So I had like a dark period with Thomas. Also, I was very depressed at that time around like 2019 and stuff. I had like worst year of my life. Fuck 2019. People talk about 2019 so fondly. Well, for me, 2019 was shit. Yay! Please help me. But I do think that 2020 was a healing year for me. Most people hate 2020 except gamers. Gamers love 2020. I wasn't a gamer at the time. I wasn't a gamer until 2021, but still a good year for me. Because that means I got a lot of time to watch YouTube. And also, Thomas is what got me into YouTube. I was having a period. I just realised that sounds like the period like what girls go through when they have puberty. Not that type of period. Like a period in my life. When, you know, like I just wasn't happy. It was just like when I was first starting school and stuff. So my mum put on some YouTube for me and was like, "Here, you can't watch this." And since the only thing I was really into at the time was Thomas, I just watched Thomas videos. So if I wasn't into Thomas, I wouldn't be into anything else at the time, which would have meant I wouldn't have liked YouTube, which would have meant I wouldn't have kept watching YouTube, which wouldn't mean I would make YouTube videos now. So thanks for that, Thomas. But yeah, I've discovered the fandom that year. I discovered like Unlucky Tongue, and I learned about the whole fandom. I learned about the Railway series. I mean, I'd seen the Railway series a couple times before that, but I just thought it was like adaptations of stories from the show, you know? Like I saw it in like a school library once. Also, Wooden Railway, best Thomas toy line. I don't care what you said. I have a whole shelf of it back there. You know, I'm gonna grab just a random model that I just really like from the Wooden Railway line. Boom. Billy. Got him for my 8th birthday. I used to really love Billy because he had buck teeth, and back then I had buck teeth. Still kind of buck, but now I can close my mouth without them sticking out. But before it was like... I still like Billy though. I think he's an underrated character. I don't get why everybody hates him. I know his personality is just... Don't tell me what to do, Thomas! You know, but like... I think it's like a meme side to Billy. Also, I like the idea of instead of the big engines being rude, it's just a little shunter being rude. I wish they'd bring him back for CGI. I think Billy had a lot of potential. He had quite a lot of unused potential, in my opinion. But yeah, this was just a video where I just wanted to highlight cool memories and why Thomas is special to me. And the pilot came out. That was cool. Yeah. Also, I want big thank yous for the Reverend W. Awdry, Christopher Awdry, also Britt Allcroft. It's such a shame that she passed away before the 80th. And like the pilot got released, and it's like she mortgaged her house to get the pilot made. And it's like it's just so sad to see that the thing that she mortgaged her house over didn't release until after she died. That's fucked up. But I think, she appeared at a lot of like fan events and stuff, so she did really know about all the stuff she's left on the world, on how much she changed people's lives, you know. So, rest in peace, Britt Allcroft, and thank you, because There is no fucking way I'd know what Thomas is if it wasn't for the show. I mean, I'd probably just hear about the railway series here and there, just like, oh, Wilbur was famous for Wilford, but I wouldn't really care. I wouldn't even be in the trains. Like, I love trains, though. Like, I went to the Taliesin Railway in Wales recently. Gonna go to the Giant's Causeway Railway, I was, but yeah, plans kind of fell through. I'd love to see Flying Scotsman one day. My pa and my granny saw Flying Scotsman when it was in Australia. But yeah, I just have a lifelong connection to trains now because of Thomas. So, to the Little Blue Puffball and everybody involved with it, some other, like, mentions are, like, thanks, Unlucky Tug, for getting me into the community. Thanks to Andrew Brenner for making a period where Thomas was good again. Thanks to Michael White for, like, just being cool, you know, like, you fucking nailed the Royal Engine, mate. Michael White fucking nailed it. Bye. In the words of the Thomas narrators, it was time for nice customer to go. He had seen everything. Ah!